Alright, back from lunch. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into now. What I may do is, to give us a little bit more room, yeah, let's do it. Let's take this grass out and let's take this back. So let's go back to square. Let's go to asphalt. Let's go to grass. And we're going to take out this mess and we're going to bring our new placeable area, well, our bigger placeable area, all the way back. Gives us even more room. I can live with this. So let's go to about there. Let's grab this guy. Like so. See, that's even nicer because this whole lot now we can transfer from train to truck and truck to train right here. Definitely better. Alright, so let's grab, next factory up is, let's minimize this, let's go to new buildings, let's delete Ace Drywall. Let's come over here to Riccieville. And we're going to work on saltwater and evaporator. So let's head back to, actually, since we're right here, let's grab, oh, come on, give me this guy. Oh, you're giving me the map border. I want this guy. I want the saltwater station. Let's go File, Export, Riccis Hollow. Saltwater station. And then I want to grab straight back here. Actually, while we're here, we can work on a few things at the same time. So let's go down to global company. I want to export Waterfield 1. Waterfield 01. And now we're going to come back to, we're going to grab the evaporator. Let's work on our water fields and let's work on the evaporator. So let's come back here. Let's find the evaporator. Let's grab this guy. I'll get rid of the tree. So let's go File, Export, EV, if I can spell. And I'm going to close this so I don't make any changes to it. Alright, so that's Ritchieville. Let's go to the evaporator first, since it's at the top of the list. Let's check our texture files. We have to fix, what I'm going to do is, hold on, we're going to go, we're going to open up the evaporator. We are going to get rid of the trees, and I'm going to get rid of the smoke, and I'm going to save this. And now all of our textures and our shaders are fine. So that one's done. Let's look at the saltwater station. Shaders, I think we're fine there. And then let's look at Waterfield 01. And we're good here. All right, so we're good to bring these three buildings into the map. So where do we want our evaporator? Do we want it here, or do I want it somewhere else? Since we're not delivering by train, and this is kind of a wasted area, so I want to bring the evaporator back here. Or do I want to leave this open for you to put more placeables down? Let's go create a transform group. Evaporator. I'm going to cut it from there. I'm going to put it in global company. I'm going to go File, Import. I want to see what it looks like back here. Let's cut it from there. Let's put it here. Oh, you're not going to be, you're not square to the world. Why are you not at 0? And I spelt this wrong anyway. But why did you not come in at 0, 0, and 0? And where the heck are you? I don't even see it. Don't see it. Oh, because there we go. It's in the ground. All right. How do you look back here? Don't know if I like it back here. We got to take care of this salt mine. Well, that gives me an idea. We can evaporate our salt back here. All right, hold on. Let's do this. Let's grab the salt top 2. And let's just fly it up in the air for a minute. Let's get rid of all this salt back here off the ground. I want to subtract. Yeah, let's get all this old salt out of the way. So that cleans that up. Let's get our texture back. So on the ground is rough dirt. So let's go back to our round brush. Let's go rough dirt. I think it's rough dirt. Yeah, let's go rough dirt. I'm just gonna rough this in. We'll clean up the edges in a minute. So let's get rid of that for now. Let us, yeah, here I know what we're gonna do. We are going to go, we're gonna get rid of this rock top, because we're not going to need it back here. So I'm going to take this whole rock top and it's gone. I want to go 100.922. I'm going to replace. We're going to carve out a little bit more room back here. Something like that. And then let's smooth our edges back down. Something like that. That'll work. And now let's go back to our rough dirt. Let's get our floor back in. And we'll come back and clean up the walls. It gets our floor back in. And now I want to go, what color was this? I think it's like mixed grass or dirty grass or something like that. Dirty grass mix, maybe? Yeah. So let's get our, yeah, something like that. So now let's take our evaporator and let us bring it back here. Oh, I'm gonna like this much better. So and I clicked off of it. So let me scroll back down here. All right, so let's take you and let's spin you back around. And let's get you back in close, and then we'll check to see how high off the ground you are. Yeah, you gotta come, you're still messed up on your height. 100, let's go 9. Oh, here, let's go 9. 0.1, is that going to take you up higher? Okay, so let's go 8.9. Something like that. Alright, so that gets us to where we need to be. So now let's get it spun the way we want it. That's going to look good back here. This is a perfect spot for this. Now we're gonna put our water there. I'm gonna move our output trigger though. Oh, I can't. We have to pick up our. That'll work. That's fine. This is gonna be like pretty much right where we want it. So there's our evaporator. Now we have to fix the farmland. The farmland, I think it's all part of Sammy's scrap metal. back up to the top. Stone processing. Old house. Lowe's, that's the other side of the map. Landfill maybe? So let's try this one. Bits 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 60. Yep, number 60. Alright, so you're part of this whole corner. Oh wow, you're more than the corner. Where do you go? You're this whole corner. Yeah, we're gonna make you your own farm. So let's take... We're gonna carve out an area just for the evaporator. So let's go down here to 108. Let's turn this one on since we're not using it. It's gonna be the evaporator. It's now the evaporator. It's going to be number 108. So I want 2, 3, 5, and 6. And it's 108. So you become 108. And then you're going to need your own farmland. So let's go like this. And then we'll just paint this whole corner in. So you'll be the evaporator. We'll take it off the edge of the map. So let's come up something like this. And just something like this. Just so it's all in the same farmland. Alright, that works. So there's our evaporator. Farmland 108. Let's save that. Let's pull up the 110 from Riccisville. I need the evaporator. Okay, I know you're in here. Evaporator, let's grab you. Let's bring you over to the hollow map. Let's rename you from Riccisville to Riccis Hollow. Let's save that. And let's go Riccis Hollow and Riccisville. Let's grab our XML. Let's copy that one. Throw it in here, and then we're going to change Riccisville to Riccis Hollow. And I'm going to make sure we didn't do what we did last time, so let's double check our i3D mapping. So we have 0, 0, and 0, 1. Audio is 8. Yeah, I don't know what's changed when this comes in. So audio goes to 8. Our loading trigger is 1. So this is good, this is good. Those are good. Our camera is number 6. Our player trigger is number 7. And then our planes are still number 3. So none of this has changed. We deleted our smoke. We got to put our smoke back in. Alright, so let's go. So let's go here. Let's go File, Import. Let's grab our smoke. Cut it from there. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to renumber it just to smoke 2. Like so. And then let's just something like that. And then I'm going to go File, Import, Fire. Let's cut it from there. Paste it in here. And let's go a little bit bigger. And down a little bit, something like that. So there's our smoke and there's our fire. So our smoke is going to be 400. So smoke 2 is 400. That has not changed. So now I want to copy this line. I want to go fire, and the I3D is fire. And then I need to copy this, and this is fire. And then our particle should be 410. Alright, so there's our evaporator. I'm not going to test it yet. We've got to figure out where we're going to fill our salt water. So we need someplace near the water to fill our salt water. So let's fly down the beach. So let's come down here. Let's come over to here. Oh, this is a good spot. Sorry. So let's get rid of. You can go, and I could just move you up, something like that. Let me give this a quick save. Oh, we didn't put the, we got to go back to the evaporator so we could put the hot spot in it where the player trigger is. let's go back there first. Let's get our hotspot taken care of, then we'll come back up. So let's come over here to this factory. Try and eyeball where the player trigger was. Close that for now. Close that for now. Come back down here to the evaporator, and my player trigger's right about there. So let's grab our icon. And pull it up out of the ground. Let's put it about here. Evaporator. So there's our evaporator. There is our player trigger, so it's right where it should be. So let's grab this guy. And let's go here. To evaporator. And then let's grab our X. And our Z. So that's that one. Now let's fly back up front. And let's get our saltwater station in. Rob BTV, can I put the two maps in the same mod map as islands? Right now, the Riccieville map and the islands map are running in the same mods folder with no conflicts. The whole goal of this whole mess to rebuild Riccieville, Riccis Hollow, and Ricci Islands is so we can use them in the same mods folder with with all the same mod packs. So yeah, because Dixie's actually testing Riccieville in the Ricci's Island mods folder, and there's no conflicts at all. Alright, so let's go File, Import, Ricci's Hollow, New Buildings, Saltwater Station. And I'm going to go up to here to Places. I'm going to go Edit, Cut, Edit, Paste. Oh, and you're not centered at 0. Where are you? You're either below the ground or off the map somewhere. I'm going to have to rebuild this piece by piece, so come on. Where are you? You're off the map somewhere. No. Where are you? I don't even see it. Is it that far off the map? Don't make me rebuild you. There it is. Let's just get it close so I know which way to turn it. Which way do you have to be turned? Sassy one, that sounds great. Yeah, hello, welcome back. Which way do I want you facing? I want you facing almost, so you gotta go to 0. Get you facing the way I want you. Now let's get you slid back here. Let's get you slid back a little bit more and over. Now let's start bringing you down and over. Getting closer to where we want it. Let's get our height in first. Let's go to 0. 0.1. 0.6. So there's our height. Now let's get it. Let's move it down a little bit more, about there. Let's get it pulled. Where's my bug? Let's get this guy pulled out to like here. And then let's go to where I want to go to replace. I want to go to 99. So let's bring our water in here. Something like this. So that brings our salt water in. Now we can adjust this accordingly. So let's bring our saltwater station. I wish I can, let me get on this side of it. Maybe I can, no, I can't see it any better from that side. Let's go back to this side. Let's bring it in a little bit more, closer to the road. And let's take this pump and drop this pump down into the water. Something like that. So here's where we're going to pick up our salt water. And I can live with that. Let's give this a quick save, and we got to bring our triggers in. So I forgot to grab the trigger from the saltwater trigger from the other map, but actually no, I don't need it. Yeah, let me bring it in from the other. Actually, I don't need it. I can spawn this one in and use it. All right, so that is that. So now we need to, let's get our icon in first. So let's go back down here, duplicate that. So here is going to be our saltwater station. And let me rename this before I forget. So So there's our saltwater station. Now let's get our X. And our Z. Alright, so there is that. And I am going to bring them in from the other map. So let's minimize this. Let's open up. Alright, first of all, let's grab the XML first. So let's go placeables, Riccis Hollow, maps, placeables, water fill triggers. Let's go Ritchieville, maps, placeables. Let's grab the saltwater fill trigger, XML. So let's copy that and paste it in here. I don't even have to open up the map. Let's grab the saltwater trigger. Let's go File, Export, Riccis Hollow, water fill triggers. So this one is salt water fill trigger. So that gives me my trigger. Yep, that gives me my trigger. That gives me everything I need. So Ritchieville we can minimize for now. So let's go. Wish I had the camera angle I wanted. Let's go File, Import, saltwater fill trigger. So I want this one here, and I got to bring it down to Earth because I think it landed on top of the power. No, it didn't. Alright, so that's about where I want it. So here's where we're going to pick up our salt water. I just can't get the camera angle I want on this. Alright, so that'll work. So you're at all zeros. So let's go File. I'm going to have to export it back out. Saltwater fill trigger, save. Because I want it to overwrite where it is in this map. So now I need Riccis Hollow. I need the items XML. And I have to find out where our water trigger is spawning in. Water fill trigger. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy it and paste it down here. And then we're going to change it to saltwater fill. So it's a capital W. So it's going to be a saltwater fill triggers. I think. So let's just double check. So it's going to be Riccis Hollow, maps, placeables, water fill triggers. So it's Riccis Hollow, maps, placeables, water fill triggers, and then the XML is called saltwater fill triggers with the plural. So saltwater, capital W, fill triggers, and it's at 0000000. So that's what I want. It's already saved. So that's going to spawn our saltwater triggers in. So let's delete that and let's save the map. Yeah, the whole idea of rebuilding Riccieville and Riccis Hollow was to get the fill planes to fill the particle effects, the fill types, and the palettes to match the other two maps. So all three maps will now work in the same mods folder. So you just need the one vehicle pack, the one placeable pack, the one required mod pack, the one silo pack, and yada yada yada, etc., etc., etc. Alright, so now everything should be good with our evaporator. So let's check the saltwater station and the evaporator. So let's start a new game. Couple more major builds and all the stuff will be back in this map. Secret Mountain's going to get a complete rebuild. I'm just not looking forward to doing it, so I've been putting it off. But maybe tomorrow, first thing we'll do is we'll rebuild Secret Mountain. Alright, so let us grab some cash. Let's grab my speed. And then let's come down to this far corner of the map, down by the lighthouse. Oh, we now have the saltwater fill station and the lighthouse. So here's our saltwater fill station. Let me come over here. I'm going to grab my store delivery mod. I don't have it in here. I keep forgetting to put it in the mods folder. Alright, so let's grab this guy. Let's grab, do you hold salt water? You hold regular, oh yeah, you hold salt water too. I think. We'll find out here in a minute. Now you're near field 40, so let's find you. Oh, you're not that far. We can drive down. I can't remember if this thing holds salt water or not. So let's just head down to the corner and see if we can buy some salt water. And of course the train is coming. So let's go cross country. We still have to work on the train. We don't have the new train in here yet either. So let's head. And I probably won't even mess with the traffic system on this map. We'll probably just leave it like it is. Let's come down here. Let's grab our no start filling. Are you kidding me? No start filling. Do I have the trigger? The trigger did not spawn in. What did I do wrong? So our trigger did not spawn in. So that means something's not quite right. Now, let's see why our salt water triggered. Oh, because I probably forgot to store idea. Hold on, I think I know why. Let's get out of here. Quit out of here. See if there's any errors in the log for salt water. I may have to store ID map it. There's probably no store data found. So these are for the factory. I didn't build yet. Those I know I have to fix. These are for the factories we haven't fixed yet. Carbonate I still have to fix, so that has to get fixed. Yeah, here. Failed to load saltwater trigger I3D could not be found. So it corrupted the save game, which is fine. We weren't going to save it anyway. So why did it not find the saltwater fill trigger? Failed to find I3 water fill trigger I3D. Hollow maps placeables water fill trigger saltwater fill triggers I3D could not be found. So we have our saltwater fill trigger XML, maps placeables, water fill triggers, saltwater, water, FILL of trigger without the S. There we go. So now it's going to spawn in. So let's close this. And let me double check the let me double check one other folder. I don't know if I put the S in my here. Riccis Hollow. I'm going to pull these items XML back up. And is it with the S or without the S down here? It is saltwater fill triggers with the S XML, and my trigger has the. Does my XML have the S? My XML has the alright. Now it should spawn in. Before I do that, let's go to my mods folder here. I'm going to grab my store delivery. Let's copy this one into here. Alright, we have my store delivery mod in here now. So now let's go back in game. So let's go start a new game. Our saltwater trigger should spawn into the game now. And then I want to redo this picture because I don't like it. So this whole picture is going to get redone. We got to find something nice for a screenshot to load up this map with. Wow, so let's try that again. So let's throw some money in here. Let's bring ourselves back down to this corner. Now I can grab my store delivery mod. So let's grab this guy. And this guy. Now we should get salt water. There we go. Now I'm getting to start filling. So let's grab our salt water. I don't need a full load. Just enough to go back to the evaporator, make sure the trigger works. Alright, so that'll work. Let's head back here. Hope everyone's having a great day. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to sit in this desk chair today, though, because I've been up since 4 a.m. So I'll go as long as I can. Oh, I can't wait to get back and play on this map. We got a little bit of work to do on the map. To comply with the changes that we've made. I'll do that off camera, because that's just a lot of hand painting in paint.net. So let's head back here. Through the junkyard to get to the evaporator, or the landfill to get to the evaporator. So let's come over here. Let us buy that piece of property. And how much is the evaporator? We're gonna have to bring that price down. It's too much. 276,000. So let's buy it. But before I forget, let us come out of here. Let's bring the XML up. Farmlands. Let me go 0.6. So that brought the price down. So now we should have the global company menu. We do. So we're going to drop off coal, and we're going to drop off salt water, and we'll get our sea salt. So let's grab our trigger for the salt water. And let me just spin the camera because I want to see if the water... Oh, did I disconnect? I disconnected. Alright, so there's our... Okay, our water plane's working. So we're getting our water in the holding tank. Alright, so now let me grab... I'm stuck in the wall. Let me come over here. Let me grab the store delivery mod. Let's grab this guy. And let's grab... Where is he? This guy. So let's throw some coal in this guy. Coal. Let's drop off the coal. That trigger's working. So let's come around, park you here. Let's grab some time. So let's see if we have our sea salt and what the fill plane looks like. So we come in here, we should get our sea salt. And we do, and my pipe effects work, and the particle effects work, and everything looks beautiful. We have fire, we have smoke. That fire plane needs to come down in size just a little bit more. I don't want the fire quite that big, so let's shrink that down just a little bit. But I'm going to call this one done. Let's get out of here. So the saltwater station's good. Let's fly back here a minute. Let's make that fire particle a little bit smaller, and then we can call that factory done. And I can get the evaporator off my list. So let's come back here. Let's grab our fire particle. And let's make you a lot smaller. Something like that. So that'll work. That cleans this one up. So I'm going to go over here. So this one can get closed. This one can get closed. Let's call the evaporator done. And grab my notebook. So the evaporator's done. That can come off my list. Saltwater station can come off my list. Alright, so that takes care of that. Let's fly back down by the beach. Figure out what corner. I think we're going to go down to this corner. We're going to make some changes. We are going to take... Oh yeah, I know what we're going to do. We are going to take... Is there a road between these two fields? Crap, there's not. Alright, so we're going to make a big change over here. Or. Do I want to turn these three fields into water fields? Right here on this little island and make it a sandbar. Turn this whole island into sand, get rid of the grass and the trees. Put 3 water fields right here. Or do I want to come back down by the beach? I want to cut this big field in half. I'm going to I'll make them a little bit smaller. I'm going to take this whole area and sand it in. And we'll make 2 water fields right here along the beach. Any suggestions? 2 water fields by the beach, or 3 water fields on the little island? Or do I leave this big field where it is, and we come down closer to this end where the saltwater station is? And we take this field, turn it into salt water, and we take this field and turn it into salt water. I think we're going to get rid of this big field. Yeah, we are. We're going to get rid of this big field. We're going to do quite a bit of work over here to get 2 water fields in. So let me come down here. Where do you end? So you end right there along the beach. All right, so that's perfect. That's what I was gonna say. What were you gonna say? Come back over here and get rid of the big field? Cut it down into 2 small water fields? The big field? Yeah, I think that's right. I think we're gonna do. Let's do a lot of. Let's. We've got a lot of work to do over here to make this into 2 water fields. First thing I want to do is let's get rid of the grass and let's take the sand all the way out to the road. So I want to go subtract. I want to come down here and I want to subtract the grass. And I want to change this to beach sand rough. So let's get, and I want to go to square. So I want to take this guy and go to square. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the grass. And then we're going to take the beach sand rough and we're going to fill it in as we go. Just to get rid of the initial grass. And something like this. Just come up here, sort of like, we're gonna like probably build a dirt road going across here, but this field's gonna go a lot smaller than what it currently is. So let's, for now, we'll come back up and clean up this upper to north edge later, but for now let's just bring the grass back to about here and just even it off. And then let's just get our sand about here for now. So that cleans up this edge. Let's clean up the other edge. I think this whole edge is sand. Yeah, this whole edge is sand. So now let's come up to this end and we'll do the same thing. We'll take it to the road. Let's take it up to here. So let's go like this. And let's get rid of the grass here. And then let's bring our sand up to like here. Probably should go back to the round brush to do this. It'll be a little bit easier, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So let's take our sand back down to here. And then we can start erasing the grass all the way out to the road. And we'll take this out. Now I wish I knew what field number this was, but we're going to have to figure out what field number this is. I haven't played this map in so long I can't remember what field number this is. So let's get rid of the rest of this grass. I'll come down and clean up that edge. And then we spin around. So let's get rid of the grass. Let's make this a lot smaller. Come straight across like this. And now, what are you? So actually, let's take. Yeah, we don't need it. Let's get rid of the. Let's take this all the way down. Something like that. Now, well, this field has to go smaller. So let's start. Let's go to. Are we on subtract? Yeah, we're on subtract. We're on our square brush. We have to go to terrain detail, and I want to make this field a little bit smaller. So I have room to put a road up there. So let's cut this field back. Let's take this edge out first. And we'll put our sand back in. But let's get the field down to where it needs to go. And then we'll probably bring the other side back a little bit too. And we're going to delete this field completely. So this will be just strictly a water field, or 2 water fields. We'll cut it in half. So I just want to try and get it somewhat square. You don't get a lot of camera because it goes fuzzy. So you got to erase in an inch and then erase in an inch. Papa Smurf, old man, old Maya, I am so upset with you. What did you do? Uh-oh. Papa Smurf likes this big field. Now, sorry, Papa, this field's getting cut in half and it's going to be 2 water fields. This is probably Papa Smurf's favorite field. Sorry, Papa, it's gone. Or are you talking about Ritchieville? Did I mess something up on the Ritchieville map because you got the update? But you're going to get the cranberry field to start with once we get it in here. Oh, he's not answering me. I must really be in trouble. I'm probably going to have to check my Facebook messages to get an answer. So let's get this guy just cut back all the way across. Oh, he's not answering me. Yeah, this field was too big anyway. Just can't. I just can't stop playing though. I've been testing. I've been playing and testing Ritchiville. Have not stopped since I got it last night, and working on my map and making mods all at the same time. Well, I didn't tell you to play Ritchiville. Dixie can test for all of us. It's going to be a toss-up. I don't know if I'm going to play this map or I don't know if I'm going to play Ritchiville. I really don't know. Don't know which one I'm going to play when they're all updated. All right, this is the time-consuming bit, but once we get this field down to the sizes we want, it's going to go a lot quicker. I'm really hoping to have this map ready for testing by the weekend. There's only a couple more major projects to do. We have to go back and fix the pallets for the smokehouse because I want to change the labels on them. Alright, so that's coming down. Alright, so now let's get rid of this strip here. Come on, did you not erase, or is my editor just not caught up yet? So let's get you erased. Get the rest of this field wiped off, or part of this field wiped off that we cut out. Come on, disappear. There we go. Alright, so it's got to come back from the road now, just way too close to the road to be a water field. So we're going to cut it back on this side to about here. So let's take this side down. I did a test. I installed the soil DLC in the map, and it's pretty straightforward. It takes about an hour. Yeah, I'm not messing with the soil layer. Not messing with the soil layer at all. I read the paper on how to do it. It's really straightforward. Yeah, it only takes about an hour, but I'm just not doing it. It can default to the my soil layer can default to the in-game one. I'm not customizing The only thing I may do is I may customize the crops for the additional crops, the multi-fruit. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not messing with the soil layer. Let's get the rest of this side cut back. We're going to have to cut the other side down and the southern edge down, and we're going to have to cut it in half. Something like that. So let's get rid of this strip. Takes care of that edge. Let's go cut the other edge back, and then we'll cut the southern edge down. Because we're going to need more room over on this side to turn it into a water field. So let's cut it back to about here. Get this square smaller so we can get this done. I got my crone mower done, and I made a post, and everyone is dying for it, and they have to wait till Friday. Yeah, I saw that post. Yeah, I want it also. I'm definitely going to use it. So let's get this side of the field cut back, and we got to cut the whole southern edge back. Too much, a little bit. There we go. Alright, so that should take care of this. Let's get this part erased. Alright, so that's that. We'll bring the sand in later. We'll just get the field closer to where I want it in size. So let's cut this end back. I'll cut this end back to about here. So this is all going to go. Come on, go back a little bit more. There we go. Send back. May have to fire up the game just to figure out what field number this was. It's like 50. It's one of the 50s. I just don't know which number it is. Wish this was a quicker process. Yeah, this darn field was just too damn big anyway. Good for making money on if you do a contract, but you know, we're going to have to fix the farmlands and adjust the prices. Even as water fields, these two fields are going to be pretty big. Oh, come on. I clicked off of it. There we go. Get this erased. I'm going to do a save. This editor's acting like it wants to crash again. Let me get off of that. Let me get on a different transform group. Maybe it'll help the editor not be so weird. Oh, Papa, if you're still here, Farm Chick, hello. Papa, if you're still in the house, The one error Dixie found with the second update, the ones I just gave you last night, as soon as I fix that, it's going to mess with the global company, and it's going to require another new save game. Because she says I have two number 52s and I don't have a number 56, and I haven't gone in to look. So as soon as I fix that, it's going to mess with the global company save, and we have to start a new save game as soon as I fix it. Which, there goes my new save again, scrap. Alright, let me get this erased, and I'm going to do a save. And then we'll cut this field in half. I don't know, maybe one of the water fields is numbered wrong. I'm not sure if I have to change the global company or if I have to change the hotspot. I haven't gone in to look yet. If I have to fix just the hotspot, it should work with an existing save. If I have to go in and fix the global company, if the global company is wrong, then it's going to require a new game save. Alright, so that gets rid of that. Let's give it a quick save. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I lost my first 8-hour save when I did yesterday's update. And if I have to fix the water field, if the water field's numbered wrong, and if I have to fix it in global company, then it's going to be another new start with another 8-hour save scrapped. I didn't even look at it. I'll look at that mess tomorrow. I wanted to get as far as I can on this map today while I can still sit. But what I can do really quick, let's go into Ricci'sville. While this is saving, let me go into... actually, I don't have to. Let me go here. Let's go here. Let's go Ricci'sville, DE. Are you Ricci'sville? You are Ricci'sville. Let's come up to the hotspot. No, the hotspot's 52 and 56. So the hotspots are correct. So one hotspot should say 52, the other hotspot should say 56. So now let's go to Ricci'sville. Let me go to the 110, and I'm going to look at the water fields. Water field 01, water field 02. I don't see anything wrong there. I don't see anything wrong. I'm going to have to fire up the game and see what she's talking about. I don't see anything wrong XML wise. Maybe she didn't start a new game. Me, it's like over 20 hours. Let's actually hold on. Let's take a break from that water field for a second. Let's go to Ricci'sville zipped. Let's go here. Let's crank up the game. I'm going to crank up the game. I'm going to crank up my save game, the same file that I sent you last night. We're going to go over to the water fields. We're going to see if one's number 52 and one's number 56 are... so let's go to my save game 1. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to sit in this desk chair much longer today. Probably do the 2 water fields, and I'm going to call it a night. So let's come in here. Let's pull up the map. 52, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. Alright, so let's do this. This is going to be an easy fix. Let me get out of here a minute. Let's get out of here a minute. Let me go to get out of here. Let me go to my Ricci'sville unzipped. This may be an easy fix. Let's go in here. I'm going to start a new save game. See the icon and field number is 52. Yeah, I think it may be just an easy fix. I may be able to fix it in the map.de. So let's come down here. Yeah, see, because the fields renumber themselves when I deleted the other two numbers out. Because I deleted number 52. This was field 52, the one in pink, and the one in blue here along the bottom was 56. I deleted all the field markers and field numbers from 52 and 56, and for some reason these other numbers, they renumber themselves. I don't renumber this. This grass field was 55. So for some reason the game renumbered all the fields. I didn't touch the field numbers. So let's try this. No, it's going to mess us up with... Maybe not. Hold on. Let's try this. Let's go... Let me get out of here. I got an idea. Quick sidetrack from Riccis Hollow. I'm going to go back up, save game 01 12 09 20. Alright, let's minimize you a minute. Let's go in here to Farm Sim 19, save game 1. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in here. So there's my save game backup. Let's go into Ricci'sville, map.de. Let's call this water field 01, and let's call this water field 02. So let me save that. Let's go back into here, Ricci'sville unzipped. Let me see what happens on a new save, or on a new start. So now if we start up a new save, so now we have water field 01, water field 02, and all of our field numbers are now fine. So let's get out of here. Let me try something. Before I crank the game back up, I want to check the log to make sure the fields aren't throwing any errors. And then I'm going to overwrite my save game and see what happens. So let me just make sure there's no errors with the water fields. It's going to corrupt my save game because that one field was number 55 and now it's number 54. Let me go into Farm Sim 19, save game 1, farmland, no, is it career save game? It's not career save game. I want to see where the fields save. Is it the economy? No. Environment, farms. No, it's not farms. It's not farmlands. Missions, NPC, store delivery. Density map height. Where do the fields? This is your farmlands, but that's not your field numbers. What do the field numbers save? It's not farms. Fruit density growth state. So it's not that one. It's not global company, it's not items, it's not missions. Nope, it's not missions. NPCs on create objects. On create objects. These are my roll doors. And these are the state of all of my buildings, but not fields. Store deliveries, trees, vehicles. Alright, so let's try this. Let's go into, let's go back here, mods, Ritchieville. I'm going to take this Ritchieville, trash it. I'm going to take this Ritchieville to make it my backup. Let's zip this up. I'm going to throw out my zip folder. I'm going to fire up my save game and see what happens, if it corrupts it or not. It's the farmlands. Field work with farmlands. It's the farmlands ID. I own the farmland, so it may not affect it. Let's see what happens when I overwrite my save. See if I get a corrupt save game or not. I may have to go in GE and renumber the fields anyway. Alright, so let me take this, let me copy this, let me go to my zipped folder. Let me override my save, my folder, my game. So let's crank up, let's go to Ritchieville zipped, and let me crank up my save game 1 from yesterday. Uh-oh, I'm frozen. I'm frozen. Oh, there we go. So let's go save game 1. Let's start it. Let's see what happens when I crank up my save game from yesterday. It's acting like there's Lua errors. It's not loading smooth. It's loading like it's throwing a Lua error. So let's go back in here. So let's pull up the map, and I have water field 1, water field 2, field 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, and 57. Now what do I own? So it didn't mess with anything I own. So let me save this. Let me get out of here. Let's check the log. And let's see if our water fields or anything are throwing errors now. No, we're good. Those changes will work with our existing saves. So we're golden. We're golden. Alright, so let's get back out of here. Let's get back to where we were. Alright, so let's cut this field in half so we can get 2 water fields out of it. So about, let's go back to terrain detail, back to Serac, let's go. I'm going to need a good space in between these fields. So let's go about here. So let's get the rest of this field cut back into 2. So I got to take this field out of the game also. But I may have to go into Ritchieville. I'm going to have to go into Ritchieville anyway, Pop. We're going to have a new game save because I have to go in and actually renumber the fields in the editor. I didn't think the game would renumber them on their own, but it did. I thought it would just skip those 2 numbers that I took out. Alright, so let's get this cut back. Make this smaller, easier to work with. So yeah, I'm going to have to go into, I'm going to have to renumber those fields in the map, and I'm going to have to renumber those fields in the farmland ID. So we are going to need a new start. I don't want it to throw errors when we start missions because the field numbers are wrong. I'll crank Ricci'sville up and I'll show you what I mean. So let me get this field carved out, and I'll show you what I mean with that map. It's going to cause issues if I don't go in and fix it. But let me get this cut back and saved, and I'll show you what I mean. So I just removed the two fields. I didn't renumber them in the editor, and I thought the game would just skip over them, but it looks like it's renumbered them on their own. All right, so let's get this strip out of the middle, and that's going to become sand between the two fields. Let's get rid of this. Let me save this, and I'll open up Ricci'sville. Pop, you still with me? I'll show you. See lesson to you. Yeah, let me save this. I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you what I did. And thinking about it now, I shouldn't have taken this shortcut. I should have went in and renumbered them. I didn't think the game would renumber them on their own. Alright, so let's minimize this. Let me crank up a new game real quick. I'm going to take a screenshot. So let's go to Ricci'sville zipped. Let's go back into my save game. And I'll show you what I mean when I open up the editor. So let me come over here. Let me grab my controller. So I want to come down. I'm going to take. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. Let me take a screenshot of just the bottom half of this map. So this used to be 55. This was 53, 54, 55, 56. 56, 57, 58, and 59. So let me get out of here. Let me open up, let's go to Ricci'sville unzipped. Let me pull up the map. I knew I shouldn't have taken that shortcut. I thought it was going to work. So if we look, this was old number 55 right here, and this is now number 54. So if I come over to map game fields, I deleted 52 and I deleted 56. I didn't rearrange any of the numbers. So if I pull up field marker for 55, it's still in this field, but it's actually now 54. So the game is resequencing them, and if I don't fix it, it's going to mess with 1018 gifting a tier 1 sub. That is so awesome. Sassy 155. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So field 54 is showing here in the editor, but if I pull up Paint, if I pull up my picture that screenshot I just took, let's open it with paint.net. So if I go here now, see, this is 53 in game, but it's 54 in the editor. I'm going to have to renumber these, and it's going to cause a new game save. So field 51 is fine. Field 53 is now 52. So that's there. That's 52. 54 is now, right? Yeah, 54 is now 53. And its field marker is there. 55 is now 54. And its field marker is here. Not what I wanted. So that's 54. 57 is now 55. So I've got to go 55, 56, 57. So this is now 55. And the map indicator for that is right there. So this one is now 56. That's not even the right spot. So that's 56. Where's the map indicator? Oh, so that is correct. And then 59 is now 58. No, 57. And its map indicator is there. So that one in the corner is now 57. All right, so let me save this. 1018, Sassy 1. You gals and guys are awesome. So let's see what this does to my save game. It's going to take a little bit longer to close because I've got a couple maps open. Plus I've got Streamlabs running. So let's close this. Let's go back to Ritchieville. Let me delete this. Let's zip it back up. Three o'clock. I want to do a quick test. I want to get these water fields done because my back is killing me. I can't sit here much longer. And when I get these 2 water fields done, I'm going to get out of here for the night. Because in another hour, I'll be in this desk chair for 12 hours. All right, so let's take this copy zipped and let's throw it in my zipped folder. And let's go back into Ritchieville zipped. I'm going to go back into my save game 1, my current save. And let's see if it corrupts the save game or not. So let's go back to save game 1. and see what happens when the game fires up. Because if I didn't renumber them in the editor, when it would mess up the field missions, because we'd be getting field missions for 2 fields that were no longer in the map. So I had to fix that, whether it works with an existing save or not. So let's pull up my map. So this is now correct. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, and 57. So now we have Waterfield 01 and Waterfield 02. So let's save this. And then let's get out of here and let's check our log. So let's go back here. Saved successfully. Hey, I don't see any corrupt save game errors. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. It'll work with an existing save. I'll upload this copy of the save, or this copy of the... I'll see what else Dixie has on the list. I'll fix everything tonight. And take care of yourself, old man. I'll stop in tomorrow. Thanks, 1018. Thanks for stopping in. I will make any more changes that Dixie has that she found, and I'll get a new game save upload. I'll get the new copy of the map uploaded tonight. Alright, so let's get back in here. Let's close this. Let's get back in here. Let's finish these 2 water fields so I can get out of here. So let's bring our sand. Here, we'll fix the sand in a minute. So let's go to, do I need to make these even a little bit smaller? Am I going to have enough room in between here? I think I can. I think I'll have enough room there. We've got enough room on this side to put our, yeah, let's do it. So let's go to replace. Let's go 90. Let's start at 99.5, and if that's not low enough, if that's not high enough, we'll go a little bit lower. Yep, I'm not getting water, so we're gonna have to go down to 99. And does that take us into the water? Oh, it doesn't matter. We're putting a water plane in. Let me go back to 99.5. Yeah, we can do 99.5. So let's go, let's take this field down. Let's come up a little bit farther. So let's bring this field down. We have to sink it into the ground. Let's come out here. I want to come back a little bit more. So let's bring it back. It doesn't have to be straight, but it has to be sunk and it has to be smooth. So let's get this field under the level of the current map. Let's make you bigger. So let's take you down, and then something like that. How much room do we have on this end? We got plenty of room on this end. Alright. So let's bring this guy down. And we'll smooth the edges out here in a minute. I just want to get this roughed in. So let's sink this down into the ground. So let's come over here. Yeah, something about like that. Sink this down. So let's bring out about here, and then we'll fix the grass and the sand later. Just want to get this all nice and smooth and sunk. So let's get this down something like that, and we'll come back and smooth the edges. Let's get on this side, maybe I can see it a little bit better. Yeah, so let's get you nice and smooth now. Get rid of any high marks. And take this corner back a little bit more, something like that. Alright, so that's that, and now let's go, let me go back to my round brush. Let's take this down, and then let's just start smoothing the edges. So we have a gradual slope down into the water field. Wrong button. Let's smooth this down. I gotta be careful on this edge. I can't go back too far. And then we'll come back and we'll fix that in a second. That water that's sticking up above the ground. That's a different water plane. That one's a little bit higher. So the map has to be a little bit higher where this water is. But let me smooth the rest of this side down. And then let's go a little bit smoother here. So let's smooth this down. Like this. A little bit more. Let's take this ridge down. Something like that. Now, what field is this one? We're going to have to remove this one from the map. It's probably the the fourth one from the end. So let's go to fields. Maybe number 36? No, way off. 37, 38, 39, 40. Where are they at? They're down there. So you're 40. You're that side of the map. What number is this? Are we anywhere close? So you're in the 20s. You're getting closer. You must be number 33. Okay, so you're number 33. Number 33 we need to delete. So 33 is gone. So 34 is where? So you're there. So you become 33. 35 becomes 34. 36 becomes 35. 37 becomes 36. 38 becomes 37. 38 and 39. Alright, so that renumbers those, so we don't have that same problem. So these two plots of land are no longer a real field. These two, this map, and then we're going to have to fix the farmlands here in a minute. So what number was it? Crap, it was old number 32 or old number 33, I can't remember. Papa Smurf out of here. Alright, Papa. Yeah, I'm not going to go much longer. I'm going to get these water fields in and I'm going to get out of here. Alright, so let's go create a transform group. You are water field 01. I want to go, so let's come up here. Let's go edit, cut, global company, edit, paste. And your water field 01, I'm going to duplicate that. And then you're going to be water field 02. So I'm going to go file, import, Riccis Hollow, water field 01. I'm going to go edit, I'm going to cut it there. We're going to paste it here. So there's our water field 01. Now I want it turned this way. So we have to go to 90. Let's get the evaporator adjusted first and then we can adjust the water plane. So I want my workings over here. So let's bring this guy back to about here. Let's adjust the water and then we'll see if it needs to be adjusted. So the water, let's grab our water plane. So the water plane can go, it's got to go narrower. Ow, come on, I hate that. So water plane, let's go, alright, so look, which one are you? You're that size, so let's go 0.85. 6. Now let's go what happens at 1.9? 1.9, 0.19 works. Now you've got to go a lot smaller. So you've got to go to 0.4. Let's see if we can get it centered here, like so. How does that look? So let's come up here, and are you too high? You might be a hair high. Where did you come in at? Are you, no. I don't, hang on, is that, oh, you're still floating. Alright, so let's bring, you've got to come down a little bit more. You've got to come down a lot more. Okay, so that puts us, let me get my field, my ground markers on the ground without sinking in. So you are about perfect right there. So where does that put our water plane? Puts our water plane way too low. Is that my high spot or is that my low spot? So let's bring it up. Let's go minus. Let's go to 0 and see what happens. So what does our water plane look like at 0? It's going to be too low. So let's go back to water plane. Let's go 0.05. You're still a little bit too low. Let's go 0.7. Where does that put us? Puts us with some high spots in the field we apparently didn't smooth out. Yeah, this field must not be smooth. Hold on. Let's go back to, let's make you invisible a second. And it doesn't look like I have any high spots, but let's smooth it out again in the center. Let's go to, let's bring this up. Let's go, it's back, it's on replace. So let's just make sure this field is nice and smooth. Can't have any high spots in it. Alright, so there we go. So now let's bring our water back. Let's bring it back to our water. Let's make it visible again. And what do you look like at this level? Hang on, I gotta take my speed down to like 5. And you are gonna be, I think, still too high. I think you're gonna be still too high. So let's go, so where's my water plane? My water plane is at 0.7. Let's bring it back to 0.5. And I think you may be okay there. Let's click off of you so you're not all weird looking. Let's get some, let's grab our sand and let's see what it looks like with the sand. May have to go in game and then come back in and adjust the water. So where do you look like now? You might be about right. Nope. This is still not. Hang on. So let's grab this guy. We need to bring, let's go back to here. Need to bring this part down. Am I on replace? I'm on replace. We may have to take this field down further. 99.5 may not be low enough. We may have to take this whole field down to 99. We do. This whole field's got to come down to 99. And now I'm going to have to go back through and smooth the edges again. Alright, so let's get off of there. That's why it didn't look right. So let's take the whole thing down. I got to make the water plane a little bit bigger. But let's sink this down to 99 and we'll re-smooth the edges. And we'll make this water plane a little bit bigger. So let's take you down. Let me get a little bit of speed back. We may get the first one built today. We may get the second one built tomorrow. What time is it? Maybe not. I'll go till 4 o'clock and I'll make it out of here. Whatever's done's done. Whatever's not done, we'll finish tomorrow. So let me take this back down. So let's bring it out here. We got to make sure 99, this level doesn't sink our vehicles. So let's make you all nice and smooth. So let's come up to this end. Bring you down. Yeah, we're gonna have to make this water plane bigger. Something like this. Like so. And then we'll come back and we'll smooth the edges. Yeah, that's just looking a lot better. It's looking more like what it should. Once we get the sand in, it'll look even better. This sand texture. So let's smooth this out. We're going to have to adjust the water plane. Let's get you smooth it out. I want to come back up here and I want to put I took it back a little bit too far, so let's go back to, we're at 99, let's go back to 101, and then let's put some of this back in. And then let's go back and smooth this edge. And then what does that do to the, alright, so let's go 100.922. Let's where my original land height was. And let's take this to that level and smooth that out. So our field marker seems to be back, or yeah, now we're too low again. So this has to come back up. To about here. Yeah, so that's to come up to about there. So now let's fix this edge of the field. So let's go back to 100.922. Let's take this back up to its original height, and then let's just smooth it out as we go. So let's take this back up a little bit, and then smooth this edge out. And then same thing along here. Alright, now we're going to have to readjust this water. So you need to go, so let me get back on this water plane. You now have to go a little bit wider, so you are here. Yeah, so let's go 0.25, no, 24. Yeah, you look better. And then let's go 4.2, makes it a little bit bigger that way. Alright, so now let's see what you look like in height. Now you're too high. Alright, so now we have to go down in height. So let's go back to let's go back to 0 for reference. See what you look like there. So 0 is going to be too high. So let's go minus 0.02. And that may be where we want it. No, let's go down another hair. Let's go 0.4. Let's go 0.5. Let's take it down a little bit lower. Let me get some sand along this side. It's easier to see with the sand. And I'll just straighten up this edge later and cut the grass back. But let me just get some sand along this edge. This is actually going to be sand all the way across because this is going to be a water field also. We may have to go in game and see what this looks like before we finish to get the height of this water just right. Just go like this for now. And now what do you look like if I get close to the ground? You might be just about right now. Yeah, you're going to be just about right. This edge we'll clean up later. Just want to get the two fields working first, and then we'll make them look pretty. Yeah, I think this is going to be where we need it. Alright, so the next thing I need to do is we need to go from beach to animal mud. No, not animal mud. Beach sand wet. Or wet sand. And we need to bring our wet sand along where the water line is. And then the rest of this field we have to get rid of the grass underneath it. So you're going to be here along the water line. Something like that. Let's get rid of the grass underneath the field. Or it won't look right when we're in game. I'm going to turn this invisible for a minute. It's easier to paint it when it's invisible. Now the problem is, are we too low, or did we hit the main water plane? We hit the main water plane. Now our field's too low. We got to bring it back up. I'm going to mess with this tomorrow, because now 99 is too low. Because when this field is drained, we have the main water plane. Oh no, it's my water plane. Okay, are you my water plane? No, my water plane's invisible. You're the main water plane. Yeah, you're the main water plane. I can't change that. Come back down here. So our main water plane, our field is now too low, so we have to bring it back to 99.2. Let's see what that does. Okay, that gets us out of the water. Yeah, that gets us out of the water. And we'll have to smooth the edges yet again. Does that get us out of the water? Yeah, that gets us out of the water. Come along here. I'm going to have to cut that other north field of this back a little bit. We're going to have to make that other field a little bit smaller. So we come up to this side. And then we'll get the rest of our beach sand painted in there. But let's cut this back to like here. And then let's get the rest of our wet sand in. So there's no more grass under the water. Too far on that side. So let's just do this again. Alright, so that looks better. So let's get back down closer to the ground. So that takes our main water plane below the field. Let's take the rest of our wet sand and fill in these couple spots we missed. And then let's take our smooth tool and smooth out these couple spots we missed. So now when we turn our water back to visible, what do we look like? We look like a mess because we have to smooth our edges back out. Alright, so let's smooth our edges back out. So let's turn U back invisible. Smooth this out. Alright, so let's make this smaller. So let's smooth this edge out. Yeah, I'd rather build a factory than build a water field. These things are a pain. So let's get this side, smooth it out. You're going to have to come up a little bit. You're still a little bit too low. So let's go back to 99.2 to our new height. And then let's smooth this out. And this side out. Too big. Let's go down in size. Smooth this out. Something like that. Now let's take, no, let me go back up a little bit higher here. Alright, so I think that's going to be better. So let's take our water plane, let's make it visible. And now let's see what it looks like at ground level. I'll clean up this mess that's sticking up later. That's a different height. So let me go back to 100.922, and then let's bring you up. Let's bring it up a little bit along here. And then that's going to have to go even up a little bit higher, so I'll fix that. How do you look along here? You look pretty good along here, but we need a little bit more rough dirt. So now we can fix our rough dirt, or our wet sand, I mean. So you can come up a little bit higher. And on this side, let's grab our wet sand. I think I'm going to take the sand right up to this field. We're going to get rid of all this grass along here. Yeah, because I got to get the wet sand out a little bit further. Something like that. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do a quick save. I'm going to do a few more things and then I'm going to get out of here. We'll build the second water field tomorrow morning, and then we'll tackle Secret Mountain. Because Secret Mountain's getting a complete rebuild. Let me make a note for myself. I have to fix smokehouse pallets, textures. I'll get them fixed tomorrow. Alright, so now that this is saved, I'm not even going to mess with it. So let's go with, let's go to our farmlands. Let's turn on number 109, and number 109 is going to be Waterfield 01. And then it's going to be bits 02, 0, 2, 3, 5, and 6. So we're going to go 0, hang on, 0, 2, 3, 5, and 6. You should be 109. So Waterfield 01. Waterfield 01 is going to be 109. And then let's go here. And we're going to have to put this field in its own farmland. Let me take you, I want to turn you back invisible a minute. So let's go back here. I'm going to go to square. Let's take this water field and put it in its own farmland. And then where do we want to divide it? I'm going to go about at the middle of this field. So about here. Square this off to here. And let's take it down along here. And then it's squared up to the road. Something like that. That'll work. Alright, now the rest is easy. So let's let's make you visible. So let's come over to Waterfield 01, and then we're gonna have to let's do another quick save. While that's saving, let's come in here. Let's go to, yes, the Ritchieville map. I'm gonna grab Waterfield 01. I'm going to bring it over to the Hollow map, and like I said, it doesn't really matter where it goes. They don't have to be in any particular order. So let's change this to Riccis Hollow. So let me save that, and then let's grab, map is still saving, so let's grab what do I have open? You're the 16x map. You're Ritchieville. Right, you're Ritchieville. You can come over here. You need to be Riccis Hollow. And you need to be Global Company. You need to be Ritchieville. You need to be Global Company. I need Waterfield 01. I'm going to grab water field 01 and water field 02. Let me copy them, pop them in here. Let's grab water field 01 and change it from Riccisville to Riccis Hollow. And then the only thing we have to adjust is we have to adjust our planes. So let's go back to here. Let's go to water plane 02, or water plane, main water plane. And it is here. So we have to go here. And it has changed. So that is this number and this number. And I need this one to go here and here. Now our high spot is going to be here, and that's going to be here. So let me save this. Now we got to figure out our low spot when the field drains. So let's go to 0 is going to bring it up higher. That's what I thought. So we were minus, what were we? Minus, what was our high spot? Minus 0.05. Minus 0.05. That's our high spot. We got to go to our low spot. So where's our low spot going to be? Are you still visible? You are. So let's go minus 6, 7, 8. So we're going to go, yeah, so I do not see any water when you're drained, right? Yeah, you're down low enough. So our low spot's going to be minus 1.8. Oh, that's backwards. You are minus 0.05 and you are minus 1.8. Let's save that. And then our other planes, I don't think have moved. I don't think these have moved. 5.723. Yep, so these haven't moved. Alright, so let's do this one more time. Let's take the map. I'm going to save the map. Let that save. Water field 1. Let's just double check our i3D mapping once this field saves. Once the map saves, and then I'm going to get out of here. We'll build the second water field tomorrow. We'll rebuild Secret Mountain tomorrow. And then we'll see what other trouble we can get into after that. So, but I want to double check our exact field route 1 is still 0 and 0. Player trigger is 4. Camera is 3. Trigger 2 is 1 and 0. Plane 1 is 0 and 1. And then it's going to be, yeah, so nothing there has changed. Alright, so you I can minimize, you I can minimize. Let's go into Riccis Hollow unzipped, and let's check out this water field. And then I'm calling it a night. go save game 2. And let's see what this water field looks like. So let's come over here. Oh, I didn't put the hotspot in. So let's just come over here to the sand mine. I didn't put the hotspot in, so let's just walk across the street. Actually, let me get a little bit of speed. We got to put the hotspot in. So we should come over here. This field should be flooded, and it is. So let's walk along the edge and see if our water is too high. It's too high under here, but that's an easy fix. Let's just walk along the edge. I think this water is going to be at a good height. I got a little bit of grass to get rid of right there. Yeah, and then I can't check this edge out. So let's do this. Wait, that's weird. Hang on. Oh, we were walking in the water. Okay. That's why. But that water shouldn't disappear when I walk in it. The water shouldn't disappear when I walk in it. That means the field's still too low. Or the water has to come down a little bit more. I may bring the water down just another hair. And then we'll test the triggers tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta bring the water down a little bit more. It's still a little bit too high. Rob VTV, yeah, thank you for stopping in. We will see you tomorrow. So let's try and drop this water since I have the map still open. Let's drop the water down a little bit more. So my high point was minus 0.05. So minus 0.05 was my high point. And it's still too high. It's got to come down a little bit more. So let's take it to minus 0.7. Let's go minus 0.8. Yeah, that's looking even better. Minus 0.85. So let's take this to minus 0.85. And let's just get our hotspot in, and then I'm going to get out of here for the night. So where's my player trigger? My player trigger's there. So let's grab a tour icon. Duplicate that. Let's get it up out of the ground. Let's get this over here to where our trigger is. You're in the trigger. Yeah, you're in the trigger. So you are water field 01. Let's come over here. And you're the hollow map? Yeah, you're the hollow map. Let's go duplicate this guy And let's go field 01. Water field 01. And then let's get our X and our Z. So our X and our Z is here. So let's save the map. We'll see what the water looks like now in game, and then I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging in, stopping in today, saying hello. I saw a couple subs flying around. Alright, so that is saved. Let's go back in game really quick. Save game 2. And then tomorrow I need to work on the map a little bit. Alright, so let's get back in here. So now we should have water field 01. We do, so let's visit that. And let's grab, just throw some money in here. So I want to buy the field to make sure the global company menu works. So what do you look like now? I got a couple floating signs, but that's an easy fix. So what does our water look like now around the edge? You look much better, and now we're not under the water when we walk in the field. We still have to paint cranberry in here. We could do that tomorrow, but that looks much better. Just do a quick walk around. We're going to buy the field to make sure it works. And then tomorrow we'll paint cranberry in it. And then we'll do water field 2. And then we'll paint rice in water field 2. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good. It actually looks really, really good. So let's just get down here. This I'll fix tomorrow. I just got to raise the land up a little bit. Let's grab our store delivery mod. Let's grab the tanker and a truck. Let's grab this guy. Let's grab our tanker. And then I know I'm going to have to adjust the price of this farmland. It's going to be way too high. Yeah, I know this has to come way down. So let's just buy up. I'll adjust that price. Let's buy it for now, and we'll adjust the price later. So let's throw Let's get a little water in here. I can fix these floaty little ground markers tomorrow, but let's get the water in here. Is rice also? No, rice does not grow back. Just cranberry grows back. It's like sugar cane. I think it's 3 harvests and then you have to replant it. Alright, so we've got our water in there. So let's just come over here to the other trigger. Park you there for now. So let's take this guy and let's drain him. Oh, sorry about that. I couldn't get my mic muted. So this should drain. There we go. One more. Water plane. We may have to make one more adjustment for the low if it doesn't go back underground. It should go under the map. Let's wait for it to finish draining. Oh, there we go. Is the field completely dry? It is. Yeah, so the field's completely dry. So let's reflood it and make sure it works. And then I've got these ground markers here look pretty flat. I've got a couple of floaty ground markers over here I need to fix. And then we can call this one done. So let's reflood it and see what it looks like. And then we'll finish this corner of the map tomorrow. Yeah, so that looks good. Couple of little floaty bits, couple of or low spots in the ground. Let's get this so I can get this water back fixed. So those are easy fixes tomorrow. I am going to get out of here. Let's quit out of here. I am going to throw, come on, get out of there, this guy on. I'm going to see if any of y'all have any more questions, comments, or concerns while I check the log, make sure no weird errors popped up. Yep, no weird errors for the water fields. The water field's working as it is. Rob VTV, thank you. Sassy155. Y'all have a good night as well. I'm going to get out of here, and we will pick it up with this mess where we left off tomorrow.